What's up, everybody? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm going to always serve you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Big ups to all of my subscribers, those of you who have been rocking with me from day one, those of you who are new to the family, I welcome you. And if this is your first time being here and you like today's content, make sure before you exit that you subscribe and you hit that notification bell. That way, when I do another upload, you will not miss out. Okie dokie. So, with that being said, that was very imperative that I presented to you this new recipe today. Today's recipe is drama dealers and drama fiends. Now, I remember way back in the day, when HBO used to pretty much show the best type of series like The Wire, The Corner. They had the most illest, grittiest series. And what I liked about it was, like The Wire and The Corner, was so real. And it was things that went on in the streets that a lot of us that were gullible or not, or those of us who lacked, any experience into the street life, it pretty much opened the door for us who was gullible in street knowledge, and it pretty much gave you a strong incentive of what it's like surviving in the streets, whether if you were surviving as a drug dealer or you survived as a dope fiend, whatever type of street lifestyle, hustling or whatever. I like shows like that because it showed you the gritty truth of what people had actually experienced as drug dealers, as dope fiends, as prostitutes, whatever, um as far as being a part of the street life and the street hustle. And what I noticed was, when I would watch shows like The Wire and The Corner, I noticed how these big time drug dealers, they basically made a profit off of other people's addictions, other people's misery. And I know a few, drug dealers myself. Some of them were even close family that's now serving time, for getting caught up in shady drug deals, and people that was selling to them was undercovers, and you know how that go. And we already know when it comes to that type of lifestyle, there's only two or three things that's going to happen when you resort to the lifestyle of a drug dealer. You're going to end up dead, you're going to go to jail, or you go to prison for life, or you're going to get robbed. It's going to be one of those things, or all three. And especially realized that who suffered more in the process was the dope fiends, because the drug dealers, they did not care about the consequences, if they had to go to jail or whatever, prison, or if they got robbed or whatever. I mean, dope dealers know what come with the territory, and it didn't stop them from hustling, it didn't stop them from selling drugs, and it didn't stop them from making their profits. But unfortunately for the dope fiends, those who are those that are contributing to the drug dealers, they're the ones that are suffering. And anybody who has ever been on drugs, or if you know somebody who has been on drugs, we know that anytime a person ends up becoming addicted to any type of drug, whether if it's cocaine, meth, amphetamine, or heroin, we all see what ends up happening to them. They once you get addicted to that stuff, man, there's no coming back from it. Um, you resort to women who become addicted to drugs, they end up prostituting, selling their bodies, anything, tricking, anything to support that drug habit, anything to feed that habit. And same thing for you guys that were strung out on it. They didn't have to use the same measures that females had to use, which was sex. They didn't have that advantage. Well, it's a little different these days, but for the most part, men who became strung out or who became drug addicts, they had to steal, they had to lie, they had to jack people, whatever they could do to get the money so they can cure that fix for the moment. So basically, we all know the downfalls that come with um that type of addiction. You know, we've all known somebody who's gone through it. I had an uncle that was on that stuff. I seen what it did to him. He couldn't keep a job. Um, every relationship he was in, you know, women ended up having to leave him, good women that had good jobs, because he couldn't kick the habit. He was stealing, he was lying, um, losing jobs up and right, to where women just couldn't deal with it. And we already know women who get on drugs, it's definitely a no-go for them. For a woman, once a woman gets on drugs, it's all downhill, because she would definitely depreciate in value. Her physically, drugs take a toll on her physically, where she looks bad, her skin starts sinking into her face, she starts looking skeletor like. um you know, she looks used, abused, and ran through. And for the most part, she is going to be used and abused and ran through, because once a woman gets strung out on those drugs, she will do anything um, to feed that habit. She will prostitute. She will lay with all kind of men. She will do all type of degrading things to her body to fix that habit. So I know y'all wondering where I'm going with all of this. Like, what does this have to do with anything? But I'm gonna tell you what it has to do with. Being that all of us are aware of how a drug dealer, a dope boy or dope dealer, whatever you call it in your local hood, um, we know that most of them have profited off of other people's weaknesses. And most who have partaken in this type of lifestyle, they could care less what that dope fiend had to do to bring them that money. They don't care that that dope fiend robbed somebody's grandmother, that dope fiend robbed a hard-working man or a hard-working woman for their goods so they can exchange the goods and get the money. Basically, the drug dealer does not care what the dope fiend has to do to get that fix. As long as he's profiting, as long as the money is coming to him. When a dope fiend comes to a drug dealer or a dope boy and says, you know, I came to get some, I came to buy a couple of rocks or whatever off of you, that dope drug dealer, he's not going to ask any questions. He's not going to ask, where did you get this money from? He's not going to ask, did you steal to get this? Did you rob somebody to get this? He don't care. As long as the money hits his hand, he does not care who was used in the process. All he cares about is the fact that the money is in his hand. He can care less about who got hurt in the process of him being able to profit. And I know it is not his job to be concerned, but sadly, this is what comes with greed. When you get into that mindset of greed and you become so consumed with getting a dollar, and even if you see the product that you are putting out there is, you know, causing these dope fiends to do devilish things like stealing from their own parents, stealing from their own spouse, stealing from their own children. Long as you have that attitude, oh well, it's not my problem. Long as I'm doing me, I'm getting me. He the one that with the habit. He the fool with the habit. I'm just making my money. I'm just living my best life. I don't get the money. Another drug dealer gonna get the money. So it might as well be me. If I don't give it to him, he gonna get it from somewhere else. So why should they be the ones making the loot and I miss out? This is the attitude that comes with being a dope dealer. It's all about him profiting off of other people's souls, off of other people's addictions. And he don't care as long as the profits are hitting his pockets. And the dope fiend, on the other hand, is so consumed with getting his or her fix that he's not realizing the drug dealer is the one that's profiting. And meanwhile, while he's profiting and he has the nice cars and he has the nice houses, and until it catches up with him and the feds bust him and he loses everything. In the meantime, he's steady prospering, and you're still in poverty as a drug addict. And I say all that to say this, because I know everybody's wondering, where am I going with this? Here in the Black YouTube sector, we have a lot of what I call drama dealers and drama fiends. And if you just sit back and relax and let this message marinate into your brain pores, it will all come together perfectly with the whole analogy and the point that I'm trying to make. With that being stated, what I consider a drama dealer, we have a lot of drama dealers within the Black YouTube sector. And basically, these drama dealers, which are drama kings and drama kings, who own these channels, who own these platforms, who are YouTube content creators that are distributing content to you drama fiends that love to get high off of the controversy that they are supplying to your negative energy, because only negative people can sit among drama. They can listen to drama, entertain drama, communicate in drama. Anybody that has a positive mindset or is trying to surround themselves by positive energy, you're not going to catch them in places like that. I, for one, you're not going to catch me in a place of negativity. You're not going to catch me listening to it. You're not going to catch me chiming in on it. You're not going to catch me being a part of the movement, because I know it is not healthy for me. No more than you're going to catch a person that does not use drugs at all. A person that does not use drugs, you're not going to catch them sitting around dope heads or dope fiends, because they're not a part of that lifestyle. And they are smart or wise enough to know, if they hang around them kind of people for a long period of time, sooner or later they're going to be smoking the dope and sniffing the dope and doing all of that right along with them. Okay? And that's the same way these YouTube streets work. You have what's called a lot of drama dealers that are supplying these drama fiends with a lot of controversy, negative comment, drama, gossip, degrading content, because they know that the drama fiends, which are you subscribers are the drama fiends. And I'm going to let you know why you are a drama fiend. Because the moment these people come on live, you are the first to run to their platform, to click into their platform, to click into their channel, just like a dope fiend. The moment he knows his drug supplier or his dope boy who he gets his dope from is standing in the corner, he's going to make it his business to get to him right away, expeditiously, because he wants to get that fix. And that's the same way these YouTube streets are working. Just like you have the real streets with dope fiends and dope dealers and drug fiends. Same thing with YouTube. You got what's called the drama dealers, and you as the subscribers, y'all are the drama fiends. Because the moment these people, you see them pop up on YouTube going live, you are the first to log in and into the chat room, because you so badly need that fix. You already know that your drama dealer is going to supply you with all the drama and negative content that you love to hear. And you're not going to go anywhere where you do not feel welcomed. So if you can sit in a drama sector, you can listen to the drama sector, that is because you are drama. And what's happening is these drama dealers, these drama kings and drama queens that are supplying all of this negative and fuckery movements, that's supplying all of this poison in the YouTube streets that's not benefiting us as black men or black women, um it's still the fact that there's these drama fiends that are still too gullible and blind to see that their drama dealer is not going to give them anything positive, because the moment that these drama dealers know that they do any content about something positive, that they're going to lose their loyal drama fiends. No more than a drug dealer. A drug dealer is not going to tell his dope fiend, I don't want you buying crack for me no more. I don't want you buying dope for me anymore. I see how it's ruining your life. You don't lost your job. You don't lost your wife. You don't lost your children. I'm not going to supply you with any more drugs because I want you to get better. I'm tired of seeing you lose, and I don't want to keep contributing to your losses. So from here on out, I'm not going to give you any more dope. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop you off to the rehabilitation center so you can get clean and you can get some help. No, drug dealer's not going to do that, because guess what? He's going to lose his profits. The only way the drug dealer is going to be able to keep profiting, he has to make sure his dope fiends are constantly getting high off of his supply. And that is what's going on in the YouTube streets. A lot of you subscribers, not all of y'all are doing it, but those of y'all who supporting the negative movement, y'all have basically become drama fiends. And if you are donating to these channels, you're past tense a drama fiend. You're basically you're a drama addict, because you are paying for the negativity, for the negative content. If you're donating, you're paying for it. You're paying for drama. How is it edifying you? Do you feel good after you log off of these contents, after hearing all this so much negative material, all this drama, you know, seeing people on the panels go back and forth degrading each other, or black men disrespecting other black men, or black women disrespecting other black women, or black men disrespecting black women, and black women disrespecting black men? How does that make you feel good? How does that inspire you to want to be better? How does it inspire you to want to get better when you're viewing all of this toxic mess? And a lot of these subscribers are not understanding. They done fell into the enemy's plans and the enemy's hands, because the enemy's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. And as a subscriber or drama fiend, you may see nothing wrong with it, and you may think that it is harmless, like it's no big deal. I'm just in a chat room, I'm just listening. I'm not involved. I'm not the one on the panel. I'm not saying anything out, but no, you're there. You're there. And just being in the presence of that type of drama is already has created you to be a drama fiend, because you're not going to sit in that environment comfortably and it not affect you or make you feel some type of way. You're only going to be where you feel comfortable, where you fit. So if you can comfortably sit in some of these chats and gracefully sit on these panels and participate in this negative dialogue, then you are basically a drama fiend. You've already been sold. The drama dealer, you've already been sold to him or her, because they have you buying into their product. If you can sit there and listen to all that negative, poisonous content that is not good for the black community. Content that's making black men hate black women and black women hate black men, or hating conservative black men hate other black men, and overly macho black men getting mad and angry with black men, and they feel that they feel are less macho and vice versa. All of that is nothing but toxicness. That's straight toxicness. And we have a lot of subscribers, and you may not even think it is, but you may very well be a drama fiend. If the moment they stream live and you drop whatever it is you doing because you need to get high off of the controversy, you love the entertainment, you love the drama, you love the screaming, you love the yelling, you love to see the clownery of black women saying disrespectful and degrading things about black men, or black men saying disrespectful and degrading things about black women. You are a drama fiend. If you have to catch every live stream that they do, you already hooked. You're an addict. The devil, the enemy, has you under his spell. You have become addicted to the drama. As a subscriber, be careful of not falling into the plans of the enemy's hands, which is becoming a drama fiend to these drama dealers, to these drama queens that have these platforms, these bitter black women platforms that are all negative. As women, you have to be, as a woman, you have to be careful as a female subscriber to not become a drama fiend, because these females will feed you with all type of poisonous content that will make you despise a black man, that will make you be against the black man. If you're constantly hanging out during their live chats and you're listening to all that negativity, it's because it's becoming poisonous to your ear gate. And eventually you're going to feel exactly like the content that they're displaying. They're feeding you the bitterness and the negativity, and that is just what you will become. You will become negative and you will become bitter. It's a saying that my grandfather used to say: you can't sit in a perfume factory and come out not smelling like perfume. You can't sit among them and tell yourself that I'm my own woman, I'm strong, I got my own mind, I can sit in this environment and not be influenced and not be manipulated. Do not test and challenge your spirit. Yes, you can fall in that entrapment, and you will fall into that entrapment, because basically the drama dealer has gotten you to buy into their product, and the product is drama, and the product is negativity. And the same thing for you men. There's not a lot of black men out here in the YouTube streets that's doing negative content. It's not all black men are supporting the fuckery movement. It's quite quite few of them that slowly or surely turning away from it, and they're trying to branch off and venture off into more positive things. But this is the price. When you decide to come from underneath the movement, what happens is you become the sellout. You become the fraud. Because what's going on with these drama dealers is they don't want you to be rehabilitated with the truth. They don't want you to be rehabilitated with positivity. They want you to keep getting high off of their negative content. That way you keep buying into their supply. Just like a dope fiend, a drug dealer wants his dope fiend to not get clean because he's not making any money. He wants him to keep being an addict so he can keep benefiting and profiting. So just keep in mind that if you support these type of movements, the moment you wake up and you stop hibernating to the lies and the fuckery that they're producing, what's going to happen is they're going to scold you for it. Basically, you're going to be called a sellout. You're going to be called a fraud once you wake up and you have your own mind. Now, as long as you remain a drama fiend because you want the fix of the drama and you're addicted to the controversy, or you're addicted to the validation, because a lot of times when we support these type of movements, at first they really make you feel good about joining their movement. They'll tell you you're a real black man, you're a real black woman, because you're supporting their movement. And that's just a strategy, that's just a way to keep you a drama fiend, to keep you as a long-term customer, so that you will continue to donate, that you will continue to subscribe. And not only you subscribe, you're bringing other people in to also subscribe. So meanwhile, you're doing all of this work, but it's the content creator that's getting all the benefits. So at first, they will make you feel like you belong to them. They will make you feel like you are a part of the team. um they will welcome you. They will tell you you're a real black man, you're a real black woman, because you're supporting the negative and the drama movement. But the one time you go against any of their beliefs, or you have a difference in opinion, you will be terminated, and they will no longer welcome you in their chat rooms, in their live panels, because they fear that you will taint their movement. Because I'm like this: even if somebody has a difference in opinion, I'm not going to boot them or get rid of them, or block them as subscribers. I don't care if they have a different opinion, as long as they're not being disrespectful, because I'm not threatened that you can taint my channel because you have a difference in opinion. But what happens in a lot of cases with these drama kings and drama queens, the moment they see anybody in their movement, meaning people that's in their chat room, you subscribers, you drama fiends, or those of you who go to these panels because they invite you to their panels, just keep in mind, the moment you have a difference in opinion, they have to get rid of you. They have to, because you're going to taint their brand. You're going to taint the negative movement that they're trying to keep alive by you bringing your positive energy, by you bringing your own perspective, your own outlook. You're basically, in their minds, you're going to poison or taint the movement that they are striving for. If there is no different if a woman has her channel based on hating black men and not dealing with black men, the moment a drama fiend, which is one of her subscribers, goes into the chat and says, well, I hear you, sis, but I disagree. I don't think that all black men are like that. She's going to boot you. You will be blocked because you're tainting her movement. She doesn't need you to bring peace to her movement, because if you bring peace to her fuckery movement, she's going to lose profits. She's going to lose donations. She's going to have to get rid of you quick. Okay? It's nothing personal. It's about the profits. Okay? She's going to get rid of you. Same thing. If she's a black woman and she has bitter black woman movement where she hates all black men and she invites you to her panel. And for the most part, you're agreeing with everything negative she has to say about a black man. But the moment it's your turn to give an opinion and you say something positive, she's going to have to give you that axe because you're tainting her brand. Her brand is based off of bashing black men. So you're not allowed to go on her platform and say anything positive because that means you are trying to sabotage her negative black male bashing movement with your positive input. She can't use you, therefore she has to discard you. She has to get rid of you because you're becoming rehabilitated. You're getting rid of the negative perceptions she has put into your mind, and now that you are trying to see things in a positive light, she got to terminate you. She cannot let you be a part of her black male bashing movement because you're trying to introduce the movement with positive things about black men. She's gonna have to get rid of you. Don't take it personal. It's about profits. Now, same thing with some of these black male commentators. Now, I'm not throwing any shade because I get it. I think it's actually brilliant. I think they are very smart in coming to the realization that they are benefiting and making money moves based off of these social media drama fiends that are buying into their product. So I don't knock any of these black men that have all of these large subscribers and have all a large substantial amount of subscribers and are receiving all these donations. I'm not knocking the fact that all these drama fiends are paying their mortgages. They are paying their car notes. They're paying for their lavish lifestyle. I actually commend them. It's a very smart hustle to be able to profit off of people who you can mentally poison with your negative view, with your negative content and your fuckery movement or whatever you call it. I think it's actually quite brilliant because they're the smart ones. It's you subscribers, you drama fiends, y'all the slow ones. So I don't knock the dudes and I don't knock these ladies. I mean, power to them. That's a boss move. You can feed people negativity and get them to pay your bills. That's brilliant. I don't knock they hustle. I don't have any shade. I throw no shade. I have nothing bad to say about these black sector content creators that are profiting off of the negative content and the fuckery movement that they so heartily support. Because if it wasn't for these gullible drama fiends, their channels wouldn't be so large. They wouldn't have a large subscriber base. It is you subscribers, you drama fiends, y'all the ones that are being pimped. Cause what I'm starting to see, this is my opinion, a lot of these content creators, they're social media pimps basically, and a lot of these subscribers have become prostitutes to these social media pimps. These social media pimps are basically um feeding them all type of lies and feeding them all type of game, and it's these subscribers that are being prostituted and they're actually prostituting themselves to the social media pimp game. It's no different than a pimp that's trying to manipulate a prostitute. A pimp is going to tell a prostitute what she wants to hear, because again, he wants to get this woman to this weak, defenseless woman that lacks low self-esteem. He wants her to become a part of his pimp movement so he can profit off of her body. So of course he's going to tell her, I think you're beautiful. I think me and you be together. I can take you to the next level. I can get you a house. I can get you a car. The pimp, in order to be a pimp, you have to be a good pimp. Anybody can go around and say, I'm a pimp, I'm a pimp. But no, it's you have to have finesse. You have to have skills. You have to have abilities. You just can't run your mouth. You just can't have, you just can't be somebody who knows how to run your mouth, but you don't have no like method or pimp strategy to where the game is effective enough to where people or females are basically buying into your lies. And in order for a pimp to be successful, that's what he does. He will tell you what if he's trying to get that woman to work for him, he's going to tell her what she wants to hear. Even though he knows it's all lies, even though he knows in his heart that had it been his daughter or somebody who he loved, he wouldn't be telling her that. But because this is somebody he's trying to use, so this is a woman he's trying to profit off of because he wants to use her to put money in his pockets. He's playing the game of being a pimp. And by the time she really catches on to the fact that she's been used, it's going to be too late because she's already invested. She would have had already invested, sleeping with all kind of men, and still coming up short. Here it is 10, 15 years later. She don't own a house. She don't own a car. The pimp got the house. The pimp got the car. But this is what, 10 years later? By the time it registers that I'm selling my body here on the street and I still don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, that is the same way with you YouTube subscribers. You have to know if you're dealing with a content creator that's really giving you knowledge, or they just giving you some knowledge because they want to see you do better, or they're just feeding you lies so you can continue to stay stagnant in your way of thinking. Because as long as you are stagnant and as long as you lack wisdom, they can continue to keep benefiting off of you. They can continue to keep profiting off of you because you're still stuck on stupid. So again, I don't knock any of these women or any of these men that are content creators and they are benefiting off of these drama fiends, these subscribers. They are playing the game and they are playing it well. And like I stated, it's a brilliant move. It's a lot of YouTube content creators that are nothing but social media salesmen. That is how they make their money. It's no different if you own a restaurant. It's kind of like, no, I don't want to go to all over the place and confuse the body. I'll use the same analogy I've been using. If you're a drug dealer and you know, you have certain ingredients that you use in your product, which is how you have a lot of customers. Even though it's costing you more, but that is the product that the majority of your dope fiends are buying. The moment you try to be cheap and cut corners and you change ingredients in the product because you want to save some money, you try to substitute something with something cheaper, or you try to cut your product down a little smaller, but you still want the same amount of money. After a while, your customers are not going to be buying from you, because you're not giving them the same product that they're used to you distributing to them. So they have to keep the same ingredients, even though it may be more toxic, it may be more poisonous. But if that's what the customers are buying into, and if he wants to keep making money, he has to keep supplying that substance. And that's the same way it works with these YouTube content creators. They cannot do anything positive because they've already started off their product by giving out negative content. And once they saw that all I have to do is give out negative content, I got way more subscribers now that I'm talking bad about black women. And now that most of my content is about negative content is about black men, I'm getting a lot of subscribers. Because if I stop doing it, people are going to call me a sellout. People are going to say I'm a fake, I'm a fraud. So I have to stay negative. I have to continue to support and represent the fuckery movement because that is what's going to keep me having a large channel, a large subscriber base. That's going to continue to keep helping me to expand my brand. I have to do that. So you can't be mad at these YouTube content creators because you have to go with what your customers want. It's like having a restaurant, and your restaurant has always been known for selling the best Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. When you started off your business selling Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, you had all type of customers from all different counties, these contractors, these hospital staff, or everybody's always coming to your joint around lunchtime because of your signature Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. You try to switch it up and do like vegan sandwiches where you're no longer selling meat, but you got lettuce and tomato. You know how many customers you're going to lose? So even though you might want to promote something healthier, because a vegan lifestyle is healthier, I guess, to a certain degree compared to those of us who eat meat. But guess what? Even though you're doing it for a good cause, you're going to lose a lot of customers because your business has initially been developed off of your Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. So that is the same thing with being a YouTube content creator. A lot of these drama dealers, these drama kings of social media, they have to stay negative, else they're not going to profit. And that's just and that's the tone they have set, and that is why you have to be careful how you start things off, because if you want to change your heart or you want to do something different, um people will shun you for it. People will resent you for it. So they have to keep their movement the same way it is. Another point I wanted to indicate is I've been scoping some of these sisters' channels, and some of these sisters, I could relate to a lot of the content, and they've been giving producing some really good knowledge and everything, and and of course I got the black male content creators who I respect, who I support, who definitely, I have no dealings with, I have no negative dealings with them, so I pretty much get along with both genders. But what some of us as women have to realize, and I thought it was imperative that I also added this into the content. If you're going to be a part of the man space, if you're invited as a guest on a lot of these a lot of these fuckery movements that I'm tongue tied, y'all, these fuckery platforms, and if the majority of the panel of men just realize that you're going into a wolf's den, um and it's only because it is an all male channel, it is an all male panel. So you have to realize that when you decide to come on as a guest, that is their house. They're allowed to run it the way they want to run it. And if you cannot stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. In the words of Pastor Jakes, if you don't want to have to fight, don't even climb in the ring. Don't climb in the ring. I think where a lot of us fail as black women, and this is just a note to women who go on these panels, you don't go onto these panels thinking that, um, even if you're humble and soft spoken, um, you can be a lady, and you can even stay in your place, realize that no matter how humble you are, someone at some point on that panel is going to challenge you. And the reason for that is you have some men, like there's some women, you got just some people, um they have learned to adopt their own beliefs and adopt their prejudices. You have some people that are very just prejudiced. You got black men that are prejudiced against black women, like you have black women that are prejudiced against black men. They don't want no parts of a black man. They trying to encourage other black women to swirl and do all type of things or whatever. Just realize that you may come on these panels open-minded, but it doesn't mean they're going to be as open-minded as you. I've noticed from a distance. There was a couple of times I no longer go to any of these. I no longer go to any of these channels anymore because I don't want any issues or whatever. But every once in a while I'll miss and stop by, and I'll see a sister on the panel, and I'll notice that, even when she's being soft spoken, when she's being mannerable, and she's speaking very polite, and she's speaking it very intelligently, um keeping I would notice, no matter how polite she would be, is it was always someone, if not all, on the panel just going in. And basically it's kind of like you being in a fight after school, and you thinking it's going to be 101, even though you know other people are going to be there, but you thinking it's just going to be you and this person that's going to fight. You ain't expecting that. Once you and this one person, y'all fighting, here it is another person coming swinging on you. Here it is another person coming swinging on you. Here it is another person swinging on you. Now you're getting jumped, and now you're trying to come up for air. Because you have to realize, not all black men are doing this. I've gone on some panels, and all male panels, and I've never felt uncomfortable. I never felt on the edge. Not all brothers are doing it, but for those that are, and you as a woman, you're going to have to use your discretion, and that's for you to decide who is like that and who isn't. I'm not going to discuss who I feel is like that or who I feel is not like that on my channel. Because you may be able to deal with it, and it may be some of those panels, you may be able to deal with the disrespect, you may be able to deal with the being made a mockery out of, but I know I don't have the tolerance for it. So don't let me persuade you, or give you anything to make you change your mind. You your own person at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is, um that just realize you're going to be by yourself when you go on these panels. No one's going to defend you. Even if one person gets out of pocket, the rest are not going to come to your defense, and you have to be prepared for that, because you have to realize it's an all male panel. So the odds of one of them defending you is not going to happen, because if he does, he's going to come off as a simp, because he has to support the fuckery of the movement, especially as a guest on the panel, because he will lose his space on the panel. So none of those brothers cannot defend you. If you get on the panel and one of the guys are talking out their neck or saying something disrespectful, you might get lucky, and you may get one or two that may say, hey, chill out, she's cool, she's no problem. But don't expect that. Just be prepared that if something goes down, you're going to be by yourself. And the last thing you want to do is don't argue. Don't try to challenge them. Don't try to man up on a bunch of men. Because it's kind of like being gang banged. They're going to pin you down and take turns banging the mess out you. and you're going to be mentally swole up by the time everybody has had their turn, mentally bashing you and emotionally punching you. So I advise all women out there, if if you decide to be a guest on any of these panels, just realize you're on your own. So you cannot get upset if you get kicked off the panel, if you get cussed out, if you get belittled, because that's what you signed up for. The moment you accept that invite, that is their house. They're allowed to say what they want to say, how they want to say it, and you can't get mad about it. They call you a bitch trick, whatever, call you a thought, whatever. Guess what? Ain't no need to argue with them. That's their house. If you do argue with them, they're going to pin you down and emotionally rape you one by one by belittling you and degrading you. Okay, because the majority of their movement degrades women anyway. So you take a chance when you go on these panels. So, like I said, it's not my job to tell you who operates in this manner. You, as a woman, you have to use your own common sense, your own discretion. I advise you, if to any of you ladies out there, if you're going to go into a man's space, you observe from a distance before you become a guest. Watch how he treats his other female guests. Not only that, watch how he treats his other male guests. When I see other black men disrespecting other black men, I know not to go on that panel, because you're not going to stand a chance as a woman. If you see that he disrespects other men, not even just the men on his panel, if you see he disrespects other men that have their own content, because that other person has different views from his, and he goes on his panel, he talks bad about the other black men, talk bad about other men who have not done nothing to him, just realize, if you decide to go on this dude's panel, the moment you and him fall out or y'all have a disagreement, he's going to do a content and he's going to bash you too. So just be prepared that once you open that door, you're not going to be able to lock it. Either you're going to be disrespected on his panel, or either he's going to have a panel full of guys that are taking turns dogging you and talking bad about you. So either way, you're going to feel the heat. If you can't handle the heat, don't go in the kitchen. Same thing for you men out there. If you see females who got these panels where they have nothing respectful to say at all about black men, and you want to go on their channels and think you're going to dominate their thoughts and dominate their beliefs, you are wasting your time. Okay? All right? So that's no different than you being a dope fiend and you asking your drug dealer, could he shave the price of his product down, because you no longer could afford to buy it at the price you've been buying it. He's not going to do that for you. You're going to have to take it the way he's giving it, because you're the one who in need. He's not in need. You're the one in need. And that's the way the YouTube streets work. So, I just felt it was imperative that I share this message about the drama dealers and the drama fiends. And another thing too, we have to keep in mind when it comes to content, being a content creator. I haven't been one long. I think I've been one for 2 years, I think. Realize that all of us are different, but at the same time, we all have a lot of similar thoughts and similar concepts. So just because you see another content creator that's doing similar content, that does not mean that he or she is biting your content. It does not mean that they are mimicking you, that they're copying you. First of all, I get my content from all type of different ideas. You know, all of us have something to talk about when it comes to the black community. So just because I have a similar content and you've spoken on something about it previously or earlier, that does not mean I got it from you. Because believe it or not, black men and black women, we all can relate to each other, even with all the negative and prejudices and biases. As black men and black women, we all have a lot of the same similar common struggles. So just because another black woman decides to do a panel about baby mama drama, and I know I have done several contents about baby mama drama, that don't mean she's copying from me. Maybe she's speaking about baby mama drama because she's going through it herself personally. That don't mean that she been on my channel and decided to get my ideas from me. Do you know how many people going through that? Do you know how many people going through drama with black men, through drama with black women? That does not mean we are biting each other's style. That does not mean we are trying to piggyback off each other's knowledge. It's just that a lot of us have been through a lot of the same things. We could all relate. There's a lot of pettiness in the YouTube streets, and it's not enough grown men, and it's not enough of grown women that can't just let everybody be great. There's enough bread out here for everyone. You big YouTube content creators, if you got over 200,000 subscribers or more, why are you worried about us small fries? Why are y'all threatened by us? Why are y'all worried about us? We cannot hurt your brand. By the time I get my 200 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, you'll be to 500,000 if you don't do something stupid and let your ego mess you up before you lose your channel before you get there. But it's too many of us in our feelings about other content creators, and it's petty because all of us are knowledgeable in our own way. It's going to be things I got knowledge in that other people don't, and vice versa. But we all have something we can contribute to YouTube University. So we don't have to be petty and talk about you biting me, you trying to be like me, you trying to stunt off of my knowledge. You are not the only one that has knowledge. Everybody has some type of knowledge. If you've gone through experience and you've had your share of ups and downs and trials and tribulations, then guess what? You have some type of knowledge. Alrighty? So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Beware of the drama dealers. These drama kings and drama kings on these YouTube streets that are profiting off of your guttableness and your naiveness. That's not a real word, but that's my little ebonics. And the same thing for you drama fiends. Long as you keep supporting the fuckery movement, don't complain about the movement when you're supporting it. You can't be straddling the fence. You can't go on one channel that's against the movement and say, yeah, I hate when they do this, I hate when they do that, but then you going over there and you donating. Oh my goodness. But I got love for all of my subscribers out there. I don't care if you rock with me and you rock with other people that don't share my same movement. I still respect y'all as men and women to have y'all own mind. I don't expect y'all to adopt all of my views, anything, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have love for y'all regardless, even if I see y'all hanging out in some of these fuckery labs. But for the most part, I'm not gonna run into y'all there because I've already made an oath to myself that I'm only going to go somewhere where it's going to be positive energy. That is my new um outlook on life. I can't deal with negative energy anymore. I can't go anywhere where people constantly belittling other black people. It's not good for my spirit. For other people, it may not bother them any. But so either way, different strokes for different folks, and that's just life. On that note, it is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I also sell my cable for $30, 7,000 channels. $30 a month for those who are interested. I have a special where I'm going to knock it down for $20 a month for anybody who's interested. So anyway, y'all, it is your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I will always break you off a slice of knowledge. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.